Hi, on July 2nd, 2024, I will have been an ileostomat for 5 years. During those 5 years, I've learned a lot, and I've heard a lot of opinions and advice from various people, from people who've been an ostomat for only a couple of years, to people who have been ostomats for several decades, to wound and ostomy care nurses. And there's been a consistent inconsistency within this community of people about the effect of water on barrier rings. There are some people who say that water will undoubtedly erode the barrier ring away and cause a leak, and they should never ever put water in your pouch to rinse it out. And you have other people who say, I've been using water for decades. It's never been an issue for me. I don't understand where you're getting this information from. And there never seems to be a consensus. Looking at it from a binary point of view, there's either a right or a wrong. So I decided I would do some research. I looked into it, and it turns out that there's actually multiple kinds of material that go into making the rings, depending on who's manufacturing it, not to mention the manufacturing process itself, also differing from company to company. Some use a moldable pectin, some use a polymer. So I got to thinking, what if everyone was actually right? What if certain barriers would break down when exposed to water, and other barrier rings would be fine when exposed to water? Not being content to just leave it at that, I reached out to all of the major corporations that I could find after looking up ostomy supplies on the web. And I reached out to each and every one of them, and I said, send me as many rings as you possibly can. As many different types of rings that you can. They were all a little on the stingy side. But I do have multiple samples from multiple companies that I can test and show you. So what I propose to do is put each ring into its own bowl with water and observe the effects every 12 hours roughly to see how they hold up, to see what happens to them. And maybe we'll get to the bottom of this. Let's take a look.